For 5 years, 4 years to work.
Deployers. Deployment, deployment, interns, interns allowance, blood Tuesday, going, marching, Friday, Tuesday, starting now.
Allowances, internship, deployers now, 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 deployers now,
deployers now, deployers now, deployers now, deployers now, deployers now, deployers now, deployers now, deployers now, deployers now, deployers now, deployers now, deployers now, deployers now, deployers now. I thought they're giving us some. Deployers now.
We are representing in Canada.
Yes.
Just keep going.
This is a peaceful march. Just give us security. Up to the parliament to deliver our statements. That's all we want. This is a peaceful demonstration. Just give us time. Give us peaceful.
All persons assembled here are commanded in the name of the President of the Republic of Uganda to disperse peacefully and go to their homes and lawful business.
We have the right
shall be dispersed by use of live fire. Then such persons shall be liable for arrest and prosecution. You take us, yours, you have it. Spread them. You bring it for the past. Arrest them.
I found even journalists are spraying them.
Can you move out? I found them spraying journalists. Fuck.
A good number of recently graduated medical students, also referred to as pre-interns, concluded their education successfully in 2023 and have been waiting at home to join medical internship and thus complete this stage of working under close supervision that is needed for their full licensure so that they can be employed and earn a living and serve Ugandans. We have noted with concern a letter from the Ministry of Health dated 5th April sent to directors of different internship sites indicating that there will be a delay in commencement of internship because of the ongoing consultations. We sincerely hope this process by the Ministry of Health can be concluded soon so that the medical doctors awaiting internship postings, pre-interns, can be deployed. The Human Resource for Health of Uganda has a huge gap according to the Ministry of Health data and according to the WHO. The doctor-to-patient ratio in Uganda is still 1 doctor to 20,000 persons. And this huge gap is partly covered by medical interns and senior house officers who are medical officers and medical doctors that are fully licensed but have returned to universities for more higher training at master's level to become specialists. The urgent deployment of medical interns is very important to ensure continued provision of health services to the public in Uganda and to enable them complete their training as well. There should not be any hampering of the licensing of capable and skilled medical doctors in a country where they are so needed. Secondly, despite the financial problems announced by government, this announcement by the Ministry of Health was sudden and not discussed at all previously by any of the stakeholders. There has not been any meeting held between the Ministry of Health and the universities, communities, parents, students, or other key stakeholders in the health sector on how to address this. The announcement is therefore sudden and hard to plan for by those affected. Many of the interns are from peasant families who cannot afford even medical training. Many have been on scholarships, and others, the parents had to spend years to save money for their school. And many parents and guardians, as well as students, take loans in order to finish medical school. Discussions need to be held between the Uganda Ministry of Health, universities and students, and the public and other stakeholders in order to get the best way forward on this issue, rather than just halting the living allowances medical interns are receiving suddenly. Medical interns give a very important service to Ugandans in the health sector, and they too have to live and eat and look after their families like all working Ugandans. They deserve and need a living as they serve. This engagement is what we request for before the allowances are stopped without warning. And even we request that allowances are not stopped at all. Surely, an efficient, amicable, just and long-term solution will be found given the importance of this issue. And this working group, which is so important to our health sector, need to be paid like all people who work. The sudden and unplanned scrapping of medical interns' pay should not be even envisaged and should not be allowed for the sake of Ugandans, peasants, parents and guardians, for the patients, for the health consumers and the entire health sector. Allowances for medical interns and senior house officers. We note again with the utmost concern the presentation the Honourable Minister of Health made, where she informed the Parliament about budget cuts in the Ministry of Health budget and lack of money to pay interns and senior house officers in the budget for the financial year 2023-2024. Among these, she mentioned the cuts that could affect medical interns' payments and their deployment. We therefore request the Minister and her ministry to reconsider this and prioritize these payments as a key factor in improving health in Uganda. There are other sectors that could be reduced maybe, but not this one. These discussions should be held urgently with our key stakeholders in health, Ministry of Finance, national and non-government organizations, communities and students, as well as medical associations right away, through discussions and major constructive engagements so that the current pre-interns are deployed and paid in order to maintain the health of all Ugandans and not waste that important human resource which we have trained in Uganda when it is so needed. As Uganda Medical Association, we therefore request that Parliament consider the matter of medical interns and SHO's allowances very seriously and not allow this critical section of health providers to go unpaid. We thus request that the Parliament does provide this much needed money to pay medical interns, allowances and SHOs in the budget for the financial year 2023-2024.
The Ministry of Health must own up. I know government liberalized training. They must not act surprised when we are now producing over 1,000 doctors per year. That is a good problem. They must wake up, own up, and plan for it. And we have written many proposals on how they can do that. They can begin by checking how many students are being admitted at Makerere, Bara University, Gulu, UMU, KCU, KIU, IUIU, Busitema. This information is available. How many have moved on to third year? How many have reached fifth year? This business of subjecting our already qualified doctors to an exam, calling it a pre-internship exam, is an insult to our intelligence and an abomination. It must stop. If you want, where's the camera? If you want, please make the fifth year exam a national exam. Yes, exactly. Set across board so that all finalists, regardless of where they are, they do this exam. We as doctors train at international level. So let Uganda set some form of UNEB. It is okay. Set one exam. So that when the university says you have qualified, we have awarded you the MBCHB, that should not be put to question. Again, that kind of person must not be referred to as a student anymore. This is what happened to us. I finished my MBCHB in 1995. By the time I was doing my internship in 96 and 97, I was a doctor with an appointment from the Ministry of Public Service with a salary. That must be reinstated. The problems we are having right now is because we are dealing with knee-jerk problems. Our president has told us we are dealing with abundance. We are producing many children. I am very unapologetic about that. I have about 6 of my own. She has several, he's about to start, he has several, I have 2, he has 2. So Ugandans, our birth rate is through the ceiling, and we are proud of that. We are very proud about that. So let's not act surprised that all of a sudden we are producing 1,000 doctors per year.
On the street, people on the street.